When I started thinking about doing this kind of stuff, like I set a goal to like only talk to people that I think are interesting and people that have something of um, value to add that might help answer some people's questions. And honestly,
None of that.
I just ran out of people and then I landed on
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that's fair. I knew that was coming. So I got ahead of it. I got ahead of it, man. I
But
had to.
honestly, that for real though, because you're one of the very few people locally that actually do like full time gigging. Like
Mm.
you don't do anything else. It's not unless you got another unless you got something else that I don't know about. Um, but you do this like for a living full time. Um, but I don't want to get to that just yet. What I want to ask you, it's like, how did you like where did your interest in music come from? Because I don't think I've ever asked you that question in this whole
Oh
time
wow.
I've ever always known you. Like when I talked to Marcos last week, I told
Uh-huh.
him that I was watching this TV show called Rock the Cradle. Do you remember that? It was an
Uh
MTV kind of like in the early days of like shows. What do you call those shows that are like follow you on a day to day? Kind of
Reality
like,
shows?
yeah, thank you. I was blanking on the name. It's like a reality shows where it's the sons and daughters of current rock stars or big rock stars. So in that show, the finale was the son of the singer of Twisted Sister. I know we're
Okay.
not gonna
Yeah.
take it. The son of that guy.
Okay.
And he sang. He was gonna sing a cover. He was gonna sing an original. And the cover that he sang was actually Radiohead's "Creep."
Okay.
Um, and I was by myself at home, and my parents actually had gone out. And my stepdad has always been the kind of like, I don't want things to be very loud at the house. It's got to be
Hmm.
quiet. So when they usually when they would leave the house, that's when I would crank shit up, right? And they went somewhere, and I was watching the finale in the living room, and I had the TV turned up, and the guy was singing "Creep," and of course I knew the song because it's honestly it's overplayed, right? On the
Oh
radio,
yeah.
TV shows,
I know you don't
people.
even like playing it in our band.
I didn't used to like it, but as of like the last few years, I kind of had like I came back to the song, and I kind of like it better now than I did then. So, anyways, the chorus comes up, or the bridge comes up, and he goes, "She runs, run,
Yeah.
run," and I, not knowing what I was doing, I hit it with him, and I hit the note, and then I scared myself, like, what did I just do,
Huh?
you know, and so I
How
don't know.
old were
You
you?
have
How old were you again?
15, 16.
Okay.
And I've always been shy to sing before in bands and coming up. Now, looking in hindsight, I wish I would have started sooner. Um, but did you like, was it kind of like that for you? Like a moment where you just kind of stumbled on it? Um,
I don't know. I feel like my mom put me in piano one really early, and I was, I don't know. I don't think that I was learning anything there that I wanted to learn. But as soon as I started to want to learn certain things, but that became a lot more awesome and fun to do was when I started learning stuff that was that I wanted to learn. But man, how did I get into music? So my mom put me in piano one, but then I remember finally like listening to like I think it was like the Free Willy soundtrack when I was like really little. I think that's the earliest
yeah.
memory I have. And it was Michael Jackson on the Free Willy soundtrack. I'm only human, hold me, and I think just like that, the power of that song, like right off the bat, I was like, oh my gosh, what is this magical thing you can listen to and just sit there and have emotions with it? It's crazy. That I think is the earliest memory. But then further down the line, like I was in choir, also learning a lot of things I didn't care to learn. It wasn't until I really stepped on stage. Um, that's what really drew me to it. I was going to a church in the valley with my parents, and they needed a bass player. They had a guitar player and a drummer, and I was just like, I could do it. I could try. But that was the first time like I started like a love of like not just music but also performing.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
if that makes sense.
that was for singing at the
Mostly
church.
playing single note bass guitar,
Oh,
like
so you're
very
playing bass guitar. So when did you
simplistic.
learn how to
Yeah.
play guitar and starting to sing?
That was when I was, oh gosh, like right out of high school. So, I picked up guitar soon after that. I just didn't stop, man. I just had this just absolute love of music and a very niche sort of
Hmm.
taste as well. I don't think a lot of people like everything that I like, which is fine.
So what was some of the earlier bands you were listening to that kind of like helped inspire you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's this band, Not a Surf. You know them? I'm
Mm-mm,
head of the class. I'm popular. I'm got a quarterback. No.
mm-mm.
Well, they had that hit on MTV. But that band was a big one for me. I just loved his voice. His name is Matthew Cause. That's the lead singer. And then another big one was Super Drag. I had some teenage friends introduce me to that band, and it just felt like good, good rock. Like I love that music. Yeah.
So it's kind of like late 90s, 2000s alternative.
Yeah. 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 You could say that. I guess a little indie in there too. I guess it was kind of at the time described as indie rock bands.
So then so we're kind of fast forwarding a lot of years in that, but so it goes from just doing that and then obviously starting getting into bands, learning how to play with other people, but then you always had a day job. I remember you telling me you used to work at a mental hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so what made you like, because I remember you playing with Witness by Proxy,
Oh yeah.
and there was always the band that you were playing with, but then I guess there was like a little bit of time in between that I didn't hear from you. Um, that I just like didn't keep up with what was going on. I think it was probably during the time I was doing PTA school, trying to get my degree in school, where I kind of like really stepped away from a lot of the gigging, and I did only did the gigging that I really had to do with res.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always telling the guys, let's not do this gig, or if I have to do this gig, I can't be there for the bands in the beginning, have to take off right after, kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
Because school was really hard at the time. And but then when I reconnected with you, you were doing the music thing, or at least you were like playing solo. That's what I remember. All of a
Yeah.
sudden you were playing solo, and then same thing, and then all of a sudden you're doing this full-time music career where you left your day job and now you take care of yourself and you make a living, and you've never asked me for money. You're not starving to death, so it's paying the bills and you're doing well.
By the way, I've
So
been meaning to ask you, can I borrow about 500?
but and then after that, like you just started doing it. So like how did it evolve from you just playing in bands, playing solo, and now making a full time from that?
um, yeah, I mean, I that was always my hobby. I knew early on I wanted to make it like some form of work for me, some form of income. I didn't know how I was going to do it, um, but really, I just saw, when I started to see how many solo musicians there were playing at certain places after performing in bands for so long, and them, being able to make good money doing it, I was like, man, I should really just give that a try. Um, yeah. What was the other part of the question there?
Like when did you just kind of made the jump from
Oh,
having a day job to leaving that
yeah.
day job? Like when did you know like I can actually quit my day job and do this?
Um, Well, I was going through this like really crappy period working there. It was just I was constantly working nights, and it was really affecting me on all kinds of levels. Um, I don't know. I started not getting much sleep at all, and I was like, man, I got to do something different. So I started performing solo while I was um, still working, and I was seeing how that was working for me. And I was like, if I can just get more and more and more work,
Were you
then
still playing
I could
in
do
like
this.
bands? Were you still playing with
Yeah.
Witness by then?
No, I had already started with Apex,
Hmm.
or it was we called it 90 proof at first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
sure you know that, right?
yeah. Andrew left 90 proof, and then you
Yeah,
came in and filled in for him, correct?
yeah. And I stuck around. Well, Paul and I stuck around. Our
Right,
good
because
friend
you
Paul.
had other, yeah, I do remember you had PJ as bassist, and then you
Yeah,
had
that's right.
Jason as a drummer.
Uh-huh.
And then it just turned out that it was just you and Paul.
Yeah,
And I think that's when you asked me to play bass, right?
that's right.
Because we were doing the tracks for drummer
Yep.
and getting accused of doing cocaine in bars.
Yeah, that's right. Good times. Good times.
So, which again never happened. Um, so I guess
Oh,
that was that
you
moment.
weren't in there doing coke? Just
I,
kidding.
I guess that was the moment that like you made that full jump was during that time,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you were right. You came back into my life at that cusp.
like right in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
And we've never stopped working together since. It's crazy.
correct.
And that
Yeah,
was how many years ago?
man, it's got to be 10 plus.
Yeah.
Because I think Rez released an album 2014, and I think I first started playing with you and Paul like around either late 2015 or sometime in
Mm-hmm.
2016.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so like you don't have any formal music education whatsoever, right? Like
Well, I mean, I
a
took
music degree.
no. I did take electives though in college. I took recording techniques class. I took appreciation of jazz. The standard music appreciation that you have to take. A couple others I'm blanking on right now. But then in school, I played violin when I was real young or in junior high, and then I did choir while in high school and in junior high as well.
Hmm.
So I had all this sort of extra stuff that I never really took that serious. But once I started to take it serious, then I, could really expand on what I was doing and got a lot better. And of course,
So when
like learning things from other musicians, like just like yourself, like I always thought to myself, like, if you can be in a band with someone that's technically not even better than you, usually you can pick up something good about them, like regardless, and apply it to what you want to do. So,
yeah. So like what was that aha moment like that you like oh I can sing like when
oh,
was that?
oh man, that's a good question. I really don't know. Because I remember even singing something when I was real little in elementary on a play stage. I can't even remember the name of the play. I had to have been maybe first or second grade, and I remember singing then. And people, or at least my parents, going, you can do that."
Mm. Your parents
But
have always been supportive, right?
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, in every aspect. I don't think it would have mattered what I would have done. They would have supported me, which is great. Um, kudos to them.
So, so when did you, or before, I guess before you made the jump, as you were making the jump, were you looking like at what other musicians locally were doing? Is like, that guy's doing that. He's doing full time. If he can't do it, I can do it.
Yeah, exactly. There were
And
some.
you don't have to say any names, right? But like there was like somebody that you saw, like, if that guy can do it, I'm pretty sure I can.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I knew if I just sat down and learned a bunch of covers that people would want to hear. I got a dog climbing in my lap. Coming on up. Gotta protect my junk. He's a big one. He's a big. What was the question? I'm sorry.
No, I said like what, like you were looking at people like not
Yeah.
necessarily like a role model or a mentor, but you thought, if that guy can do it, like
Oh,
I
for
can do
sure.
it too.
Yeah, I thought that about I guess a few different performers that I saw, and
Now, are those people still performing nowadays, or have some of them quit?
oh, I'm sure some of them quit, but I think there are. Oh yeah, there's a couple.
There's a couple that quit.
Oh yeah, and a couple that
Interesting.
stayed.
And
Yeah.
a couple that stay.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Do you remember what was like your first paid gig as a solo musician?
As
Because
a
now,
solo musician, yeah, I
I
do
want to start.
remember.
I want to start getting into like
Yeah.
you're like a solo thing and doing it for a living, right?
Okay. Cool.
So, do you remember like your first paid gig
Yes.
and how you got it? How did you get that?
Man. Oh, I want to say I'm not 100% sure who told me about this little coffee shop. What's that? A Cafe Calypso. It's
Yeah, yeah.
connected to Half Price Books.
Mm-hmm. Stephanie.
Somebody wait, who's
She was like
Stephanie?
Stephanie. I knew her from the res days, and she used to be like a barista there, or she used to make the drinks. She was
Oh, really?
work at the counter. I think she would tell me that they were doing. That's honestly okay. Now I remember that was honestly the first time that I thought to myself, I could play solo
Yeah.
because
With
I had a
being there or
friend.
what?
I have
Yeah.
yeah, because I had a way in, but I just never pulled the trigger. I just always just
Gotcha.
kind of like imposter syndrome. Like I can't do this. Like
Yeah.
who am I kidding?
It's really hard at first. It's
Yeah,
really hard because
yeah,
you mess up. It's it's
all
only
the
you.
time.
It's only you.
Right. There's nowhere to hide. Like I was telling
Yeah,
Marcos,
exactly.
like there's
Yeah.
nowhere to hide. It's just you and a guitar.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
sing a wrong, like not even sing. You play the wrong chord on the change, and it's
Very noticeable. Yeah.
obviously wrong. Like you start sweating.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you're like, where am I in the song?
Correct.
That sort of feeling.
Yeah.
Lose your place.
But it was at that place, at
But yeah, it
Cafe
was that
Calypso.
place. I'm trying to remember who got me in or who told me about it. The only person that comes to mind is maybe David Martinez. And if
You
that's
already
true,
knew David then?
yeah, yeah, we known each other for a while. I he would play. I think we met at like GameStop a long time ago. My band
Mm.
would play. And I think he played with us one time. Yeah, for sure. Um, but he might have told me about it. I really don't know if it was him or not. I can't remember. But that's the person that comes to mind.
So you get your
Um,
first gig there, Calypso. You get
yeah,
paid, and you're like,
such a.
okay.
It was
That,
awesome. I loved it. Like, I mean,
I remember
I
that
was
place, and I
sweating
remember
bullets.
seeing you there a couple of times.
You know?
Actually, I think Adrian played there a couple of times by
Okay.
himself as well. Um,
I can tell you that the first time I tried, I was sweating bullets. I was like, oh my gosh, I had this gut feeling of like, man, I don't know if I can do this, that sort of thing.
sure.
And then it became
So
very quickly a gig that you were not getting. You realize you were not getting paid that well for.
sure, I remember it was like 100, $150, something like that, right?
Man, it was less than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's probably
yeah.
less than that. Like, yeah, 85, 90 bucks.
They'd give you like I think it was like 75 in gift cards or store credit. You're like,
So, but this is good because I want I want this to be like a resource for people that are trying to learn
yeah,
and to do this for themselves. Because if somebody's offering you, and that, you know what, and that may be the first gig you take.
yeah,
That just may be
yeah,
it. Somebody just offers you store credit. You go over there and you play. At least you play your first gig, right? But obviously, if if you can just get a regular paying gig and as your first
right.
gig, then great.
Well, it was $50 cash, I think, or or the $75 gift card or whatever, and a free coffee or something.
but
Really needed that free coffee.
but that was like that was the start, right? So then
Yeah.
how did you build your like your initial network? And I guess let me put a question in there before that. That very first set list you played at Calypso
Uh-huh.
from now, that is vastly different on how you think on you like how you build your set list or your bank of songs. Is it very different, your mentality from then to now, or is it
Oh
basically the
yeah.
same?
Oh yeah, it's different. It's, unfortunately you really got to try to play the most popular stuff and people that people want to hear.
Yeah.
Then then you'll be able to play places that can pay you. And, make a lot more money because people are like, "Oh my God, I love that song. Here's money." It's very few far people in between, and it sucks that it's just the way it is, that are like, "Man, will you do an original song for me? Like, can you play me something that you wrote?"
That
Or,
is rare.
I want to hear a different creative version of this song or whatever. But yeah, it's rare for the original stuff.
So how did you build your initial network? Like, did you just go out to different places and started asking, "Hey, do you book here?" Or did you hear about a certain place and then you went there and you asked? Were
I
you
would
emailing? Were you calling?
I would follow other musicians, and I'd be like, okay, where they're playing. And then I'd be like, okay, this guy's playing here, and that must be a good spot because he's doing it either,
Mm.
full time or whatever. And so then I would go approach them. And then, of course, you have to have some video. So you go in there and you're like, hey, this is what I do. And at first, it's it's a little difficult, but once you get into the places that that are worth, that are not necessarily worth playing, but that will treat you well, and that will pay you well to do this, then that opens the door for other avenues. Other places will see that you're playing here, so you must be a quality act. So then you go over and you play,
So basically,
different place.
you start playing these gigs so you can also build your own reputation as a quality act by playing places where usually there's quality acts playing.
Yeah, exactly. That's it, baby. You hit the nail on the head right there. And here's a
Um,
dog. Here's a dog.
so when did you know it was time to quit your day job?
Oh, day number two. No, no. I mean, I don't think. I think I was just so fed up with that job. I would have tried anything else. Um, but the lack of sleep that I was getting during that time, I felt like the only thing I could really do was try to do these, gigs and see how I could get back on a normal schedule. And then, but yeah, I don't think I really. I think I was just done with that job. It was really draining. The horrible things that you see every day. It's just a little too much.
Hmm.
Or do you know?
I do. I do. I do. The type of work that I do now, I totally understand. That kind of stuff can take a toll on you, man. And I guess that kind of fueled your motivation. That was kind of like your motivation to just
Yeah,
go ahead and just quit, right? It's like, you know what?
yeah,
I'm done with this. I'm getting paid this much. If I can play 4 or 5 times during the week, I can make about the same. So it's kind of
exactly.
like the reasoning that you were using. So
It's my phone.
um
Uh, yeah, no, that's right.
so what was like some of the obstacles you think you had like at first, like not at first,
Definitely
or even like what are some obstacles from then that you still have now?
some obstacles then versus now. Really
Was it like bars
staying on,
rejecting you, or is it um
just trying to get that first real call back, and um, getting a reputation for being reliable. Um, that was a challenge at
Because
first.
sometimes you got to answer that phone call when it rings, and you have to cancel something. You have to do whatever it is you have to do to go get
That's
that
true.
gig, especially if you've been wanting to play at a place for so long, and then all of a sudden that place calls you and you're not available. Then it's like,
Yeah,
well,
that's true.
I guess you just don't want to play here enough.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I thought you did,
You got to play your cards right, a little bit.
So how did you deal with like rejection, like going to a place, you're playing there, and then the bar just like, you know what? I don't think this is our thing. I don't think you're what we're looking for. How did you deal with that?
Um, so by the time you're talking about after becoming a solo acoustic musician,
Correct. Because
by that,
then, like, you rely on these gigs, right? Let's just say you have 5 gigs scheduled at this place for the next 5 months. You play your first gig there or your second gig, and all of a sudden, all the following gigs are canceled because they just didn't like you, right? And that happens. That some places just won't like what you do. So, like, how did you deal with that kind of stuff?
um,
Did that bother you?
it really didn't happen much because by the time I was an acoustic solo musician, I had already been playing in bands and been playing with guitar and playing on stage and singing for a long time. So I knew the product I was selling was at least good enough because enough people had told me and I'd already gotten gigs and kept them like right off the bat. Um, but I mean, I can think of a couple times where it happened. Um, and it's just like you just move on, man. You just go, whatever, you got all these. I already had all these other places that were, booking me. So I mean, I've had, I guess, uh, I could tell you a story, although it's a run-in I had not that long ago with this lady who books a place, and she never even heard me play,
Mhm.
but she just, I walked in and she acted like, well, first she told me that I was supposed to be there at a different time. And I was like, no, this is what the time we agreed upon. And then she was like, well, I don't have time for you now. I'm like, okay. She really wasn't that busy. And
Like you went to
I
go
did
talk
want
to
to,
her about getting a gig there,
yes,
or
yes, this wasn't even that long ago.
uh,
And I had practice with you and the guys in the next 30 minutes. And I didn't
mhm.
want to leave you dudes hanging. So, I just told her, hey, I'm gonna have to call you or yeah. And then I tried reaching out to the guy that originally reached out to me that wanted me there for sure. And I guess she told him no based off that interaction.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Okay. All right. It's whatever.
Hmm.
Hey, I just move along. It's whatever. You'll get a different place. If you've been doing it enough, and you're decent enough, you'll get a different place.
How do you manage your health? Because I think that might be something that somebody that wants to do this might not think about.
It's a
It's
good
staying
question.
healthy, staying really in shape,
Yeah.
and really taking care of of what you eat, because all that kind of stuff can affect your performance. Like if you're just eating
Oh yeah.
terrible stuff throughout early that day, like you're just gonna suffer. I don't know how else to explain it to
Oh yeah.
people. How else to explain it to people, but it just is. So, do you have like a set thing you do on like a day before a show or the day of the
Oh
show, a couple of hours before the show? Do you have like any sort of
n-
rituals that you follow, or are
no,
you just
can't
always
really.
conscious about what you eat and drink?
Yeah, I genuinely usually try to eat pretty healthy. Try to do a lot of chicken, a lot of salmon. Of course, you got to get the vegetables in. That's really good for your gut. Um, and then work out. You have to do it. If you're not doing some kind of physical activity, you kind of have to. But I usually work out about 3 times a week. So not I don't overdo it. I could do more for sure. I would love
Like
to do
for me,
more.
for example, like I know a day of a show, I'm gonna avoid, fried
Hmm.
stuff. I'm gonna avoid. heavy food that takes forever to digest. I'm going to avoid that. And I'm like really conscious about it, like
Yeah.
really conscious about it, especially if I'm doing a show by myself, like a solo where I'm singing and playing. I will not eat. Some people even say, you can eat about a couple hours before the show and then you're okay. Like I won't eat 4 hours before a gig because I know the way that my body is. Like
Yeah,
for
that's
some
because
reason, I
that's for
just
you, bro. For
right.
sure. That's a
Yeah, like
thing
I
you have.
I know that for some type of foods, like for me, it feels like it just takes forever to
Yeah.
digest. Like I'll eat something in the morning, I'm still burping it at night.
Yeah.
Like
That's really annoying. Um,
like really heavy food like pizza. Like but some people just eat whatever the hell they want, drink
yeah.
coffee before a show. I just can't. Like I have to eat 3 to 4 hours before. Like I do the math in my head, the math in my head. If I eat at 4 o'clock and I sing at 7, I should be okay. But if I get late from work and I have a gig that starts at 7, I have to be there at 6 to set up,
Yeah.
and 5 to 6 is the only time I have to load up and eat food and all this. I just won't eat because I rather get all my gear in check and make sure I have everything, and I just won't eat.
Wow. Um, yeah, I always do eat something. Um, even if it's like right before I go, like just like a granola bar, a healthy one. Um, but yeah, I always try to just watch what I eat because um I have gastric issues sometimes too, especially when I eat the wrong foods that just don't sit well with me, period. So I have to kind of cut those out. Um, but yeah, but like if I am hungry though, like before a gig, I definitely eat. I'll even eat during the gig if I have to.
And you never felt like food coming up when you sing, or
Yeah, no. Um, I guess I just have one of those strong flaps right here.
yeah, I don't. I don't at all.
Got a loose flap.
I don't think yeah, from what I explained, because I used to have a lot of issues with acid reflux, like
Yeah,
a lot of issues, a
yeah, that
lot
is
of
really
issues.
annoying. Trust me, I know.
And when I did one of those scopes, we did look down your throat. The doctor was telling me that that flap that separates your stomach from, you know,
Yeah,
from I guess when it
your
starts
air
to get up,
passage.
I
Your
guess when it
yeah,
starts to get into your vocal folds and all that, mine doesn't close at all.
really.
So this is why I have to eat like 4 hours before a gig. Because
Wow.
even if I eat like an hour and a half before, I still like the food would still feel right
Yeah,
here.
that's a struggle, man. I feel you.
Um, so I have to eat 4 hours. And I've talked to other people like professional musicians and um hopefully I can get him in here. But the singer from Sick Puppies,
Yeah.
he's the guy that's kind of become a mentor these last 6 months. Talk to him every Sunday, um, and he told me, if you just eat a couple hours before the show, you should be good. I'm like, no, I'm telling you,
Not for
man,
me.
I'm telling you, for me, it's got to be like 4 hours before a gig, and then I'll
That's
know
gotta suck.
I can eat well, and I can eat, kind of whatever I want. Up to a certain point. I'm not gonna eat a burger and fries, but I can eat.
Yep.
It just makes me feel better to consciously, like for me, it's a lot of like a mind thing. Like if my head is in the right place, um, everything will go smoothly. The gig will go smoothly. The way that I sing, the way that I play, just everything just goes right. So I guess it's part of my like mental process. Another thing that is huge for me that I know for a fact a couple of people um, that's in our circle, they don't do it, which is warm up. If I don't warm up, I am telling you right now, I'm going to have a terrible gig.
You know I don't warm up, right?
Terrible. I know you don't. If I do, if I don't, it's that thing that puts me in a bad headspace.
Mhm.
If I don't warm up, man.
Yeah, I remember like several times you'd be in the shower at in the green room. You'd
Yeah.
just be like, oh,
Yeah, I have to
thinking
do it.
something. Yeah, no, it's
I
cool.
have
I
to
mean,
do
a
it.
lot of people have to, and if you got to do it, do it. Do it and do
And
what
I don't know if
makes
like
it work for you.
all the really bad, gastric issues that I had has caused some sort of scarring or has caused me to be a little bit stiffer. But
Mm.
if I don't warm up, it's just so everything's just so stiff.
Yeah, when that acid
Stiff.
comes up, man, it definitely takes its toll after a while.
So I've gone through different warm up routines, different people. I've done for a while. I was doing Melissa Cross, her warm up routine, but it's more that's geared towards singers, but also towards screamers, kind of like
Hmm.
connecting your head voice and connecting your chest voice and your diaphragm. But I found a guy lately, his YouTube channel, and it's a shame that he doesn't do anymore singing coaching. But his warm up is the one. Like that guy gets 3 to 4 clicks from me every week
Nice.
because the
He's
way that
improved your
he,
game.
huh?
He's improved your game quite a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. For like when I sing all my solo shows, he's and probably when
Nice.
we play Saturday, I'm gonna go through his videos because I do quite a bit of backups and harmonies and Seattle Rising.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up his videos, like just the way that he explains it and the way the warm ups go sits well with me. But I don't do just that. I do like facial exercises. I
Damn.
do like tongue stretches and tongue exercises, and like I stretch my neck, I stretch my shoulders. Like it's
You must.
part, it's part of. You're laughing, bitch, but it's
No, no, I just have something funny to say.
it's part of putting myself into the headspace that I need to be in order to perform well. If I don't do any of those things, I feel like I'm gonna be screwed. So you don't have anything like that, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say is that you must hate to know that I don't have any of that shit. I just go out there, turn it off, and perform. Um,
But you know what though?
yeah,
Like you've been doing it for so long and
uh-huh.
you do it 4 to 5 times a week, sometimes
Yeah,
twice a day, that your voice is already
yeah.
in
It doesn't
shape.
sound powerful, but it is.
Like your voice is already in shape.
Yeah,
Like you've conditioned yourself over a
I got
decade,
that vocal muscle. It's pretty
a
tight.
decade now where you've yeah. And you also have your own style, which you sing certain songs your own way. You change things a little bit. So you're always on the like you're always on point when you do that kind of stuff, which is probably why you don't feel like you have to do as much because you've been doing it for so long, you know?
Yeah, maybe. Although I don't ever remember even when I was in older bands warming up. Maybe just giving a good stretch. That's about it, man. Yeah. I guess I'm just lucky in that aspect because I know a lot of musicians do that. They need that
Like for me,
vocal
it's
warm
essential.
up,
I cannot go
or
without
or
it.
they
It's
have to have
essential.
like a certain mental state. Me, we played a gig not that long ago where I was pissed off, and you were like, "Don't let it affect your performance," and I was like, "Nah, don't worry about that." Remember that gig
Yeah.
at Rockets? Yeah, good times.
Yeah. That's when you're pissed off about Facebook.
Yeah, yeah.
um, have you ever warmed up before a gig at all?
Um, in terms of getting the vocals ready, no. In terms of getting the right notes, yes.
Mm,
In order to go, this is the note I need to hit. Let me remind myself where it is. Let me sing
okay.
it. Okay, that
So
sort of thing.
like you don't ever feel like you're tense, like you just can't hit the note, like you always feel like you're always on point.
No, I mean, I don't care who you are, you're still gonna have struggle singing certain notes that are semi outside of you're on the cusp of your range. Um, so
And you've just always been like that, right?
yeah,
Because
pretty
like
much.
have you ever tried some sort of like warm up regimen or something, like it's some sort of exercises, like you've never tried it, or you tried it and you're like, like this isn't helping me, or do you feel like you just haven't come across something that helped you?
Um, my usually my warm up is the first song. I guess you could say. But no, I have not used um any like techniques other than the stuff that I learned in choir, back in the day.
Uh-huh.
But not recently, no. Just yeah, I pick an easy first song that I know
Okay.
I'm gonna sing well, and then that warms up the pipes for everything that's a little harder.
I tend to do that for my solo stuff. Like usually what I do is my first set is what I call my warm-up set,
Hmm.
where the songs get
Oh, you
progressive.
do a whole set of warm-ups.
Well, the songs get progressively harder.
Yeah,
So by
yeah,
the end of the set, when I'm done with that set, I know I can sing any song on my set.
good deal. Yeah.
So like the first
Sounds
two or
like
three
you've really got
songs,
it down to a T for yourself. That's awesome.
yeah, to me it has to be like a process. I like things kind of planned out. Um, in order. Like I make a set list when I play solo because
Oh,
again, like
really?
I am trying to right now, for those that are watching, like I don't do music full time. Um, if I can,
You do a lot of music though.
I do a lot of music, not full time. So I work my day job, and I play sometimes 3 gigs a week as well.
Hmm.
Um, but I always have to I have to have some sort of, especially when I'm by my, I keep my, in bands and stuff, it might not seem like it, but when I do things by myself, I really hold myself accountable, and I'm really hard on myself if I like forget something.
Yeah,
Like if I
I'm the same
forget a
way. Yeah.
piece of equipment, if I forget a line, if I
Yep.
for like I'm really hard on myself. So in order for me to have a good headspace and do what I need to do, it needs to be structured. So
I got you.
solo, I have a set list, and I've been playing the same set list for about 3, 4, even maybe 5 shows now. Like
Yeah.
I found 35, 36 songs that I know how to sing. I sing them well. I sing them in order, so the next time I sing, it starts to feel familiar.
Hmm.
Like the set is familiar. I get more loose, and then every now and then I take a song out, I slot a song in, and I kind of because that's how it's worked for me throughout the years in playing in bands.
Yeah.
Um, having some sort of set, knowing the set ahead of time, that kind of stuff really helps. And I think it's just conditioned from Seattle Rising and Apex and Res. Just always doing that. It just works for me.
Yeah.
Um, like when I have to go to work and I have a gig that day, people ask me like, "Are you okay?" Because I shut the fuck up. Like I don't talk at work when I have a gig. I talk what's necessary. What you need to hear from me at work, that's what I say.
Yeah, I got you.
Any other day, I'm good. I'm talking. I'm laughing and I'm joking. But if it's the day of a gig, I barely will speak.
Yeah,
Only to the people that I'm working with hand to hand, because I don't want my voice to be fatigued
I
by the
hear you.
time
I hear you.
I
Yeah,
sing.
that's
You know?
smart. That's smart, especially since you just started doing it more often, for your voice. That's the best route you could take right there, I think. Um, but yeah, no, I haven't. Trying to think. I don't think I've had many issues with that, honestly.
Well, that's good, man.
Yeah,
That's good. We have a friend that he does a little bit of warm ups, um, but he doesn't do the extensive warm ups that I feel like he should be doing, to get his voice ready, because the type of music that he plays can be very tough on his
yeah,
vocals. But it's just everybody's different.
for sure.
The warm ups that he does is different. Like for me as well, another thing that I really try to get it done, and I will take that over eating, is taking a shower before a gig and warming up in the shower.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you have this like huge process.
I do. I
Wow.
do. Like
Wow.
I like singing in the shower or warming up in the shower, and then it's like a 10-minute warm up. I'll do it in the shower as I'm showering, and then because it gets the moisture and the hot air kind of loosens things up, you know. I think of it as like a sauna for my throat and for my vocal folds and all that.
Yeah.
Because you know you get out of the sauna, you're nice and sweaty, you're kind of loose. So I do that for my vocals, and then when I get in the car and I drive to the gig, I will do that warm up again.
Yeah, whatever works, man. I assume there's probably a ton of musicians that have to do all that, all that kind of stuff, especially warm-ups.
Have you taken singing lessons
Um,
as an
just
adult?
no, no. I just try my best to mimic what I
Have you
can
ever
and then
had
change what I want.
the curiosity of taking one?
I mean, I've watched some online tutorials, but never had an actual lesson with a person. Um, and a lot of the techniques that they teach you in there, it's stuff that I'm kind of already doing. So if it's not broke, don't fix it, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
Uh,
So you really don't think about when I sing the song, I'm going to use this particular technique to hit this bridge or this chorus,
um,
or
I,
you just feel it and do it.
oh, I definitely don't just feel it and do
Okay.
it. No, there's a method to the madness for sure. You know, if it's a really difficult song for me, um, I will, yeah, there's certain techniques. I just don't think about the techniques is I think is the thing here. I don't think about it. I know what I have to do in order to get that noise at that level to come out for me.
Hmm.
So I find that place where it needs to be. If it's, your head voice or your normal voice or somewhere in between, you know.
Sure.
Um, so
So like you
I
don't
think
think
repetition for me,
it's not the like you're looking for like the specific name of a specific technique. Like you
right?
just know how to do it.
Yeah. After doing it for so long, you kind of know what sounds good and doesn't.
So after it's okay after doing this for so long now, you know, you've been playing in bands since the late 2000s, mid 2000s, late 2000s, solo for about a decade, over a decade now. If you could go back and do anything different, what would that be?
Mm, um, oh, that's a really good question. Uh, maybe get like if I had to stay within the realm of like reality of what I'm already doing now, maybe get our band started sooner. Because we've already built a pretty decent reputation in town, and then just know know when to drop a certain place and go play another place, I guess. That'd be helpful.
When to bow out?
Yeah. Yeah. Um, although I
I'm
yeah,
kind of going through that right now. Like there's like the place that got me my first gig as a solo musician is not getting back to me anymore.
yeah.
Um, and there's and then the other place that got me my second gig as a solo musician, that place not getting back to me either.
Well, I wouldn't
Um,
feel too bad about it. That first place didn't get back with me either. But
but like
that's
it's one of those
because
things. Like that's why I asked you those questions earlier. Like how do you deal with rejection and all that? Because you're
uh
right. You just kind of have to just like
whatever.
well, whatever.
There's a better place, trust me.
It is what it is. You just kind of go
Um
where the flow goes. And now I
those
found
people those people are not very good people.
well, yeah.
I've
Anyways,
heard that from many sources. You can edit
anyways.
that out if you want.
No, it's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's not like they're gonna be watching this anyways.
Exactly.
Um, but yeah, so I guess just starting things a little bit earlier and you're making moves a
Yeah.
little earlier.
Yeah, making moves earlier. I'd have been doing it a lot longer, I guess. Of course, then again, maybe I wouldn't be the person I am today.
Maybe,
You have
yeah.
to go through challenges, and so maybe it's not really a good idea.
So if
Um,
somebody's going through this right now, like they're thinking about starting a career in music, um, Is there any sort of like anything you can think of, any sort of advice you can give?
Yeah, man,
Um,
get good quality videos of yourself with a crowd, and the audio quality needs to be decent, and create an EPK, you know, electronic press kit, and um, yeah, just if they're really trying to go for it, start low with the lower places and just work your way up. That's the
put
best
in the
thing to do.
hours, put in the work.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start somewhere. Like we said, those first gigs, they are
You know what's
challenging,
really
but they're
helped me?
also go
You
ahead.
know what's really helped me is it is kind of a pain in the ass, but I've started taking my camera. I have a camera in here. I take my
Uh-huh.
cameras to my solo gigs and I record
Yeah, I've seen that.
every gig. There's been a few gigs that I haven't recorded, but I've recorded a lot of gigs and just taking a clip of that, uploading it to Facebook, uploading it to YouTube, uploading it to TikTok, because TikTok is huge. Everybody's on TikTok nowadays.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
and I've gotten like 2, 3 gigs just by sending people to TikTok. So
Nice. Yeah, there you go.
having some place where you can um, very quickly build a portfolio of performances. I feel like
Yeah,
that would also be good.
yeah. I mean, having that also on social media, you have to do that. You have to.
Promote it
Um, yeah.
because
I feel like,
I
well,
want to
keep
just kind
moving
of
my
quickly go
Facebook.
over this too because people talking about promoting gigs, but as a band or as a
Uh-huh.
solo artist, obviously you have to promote, right? Because you want to get people to go to this place. Now,
Yeah.
if you are a band and you're going to play at a bar with a band, where you are playing on a bill where there's like 3 or 4 bands, and that I feel like you are obligated to promote the gig because you want the most amount of people to go see you play at that
Hmm.
spot. If
Yeah.
you are a band that got hired for a bar and you're filling out the whole night, yes, promote the gig, but it's not necessarily your main job to promote the gig. Your main job is to get the people that go there to stay there.
Yeah. That's 100% right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
you feel the same way
yeah.
too.
100%. Yeah. If you're on a bill, you're responsible for bringing the most amount of people possible because everybody's got to split that cash. Um, and then if you're just the only band at a one place bar, it's more your job to keep the people dancing and keep the people there. Yeah. So, yeah, 100% agree with that.
How do you how do you stay? Because I talked to Mason yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I know he was telling me that you know he basically does music all day. Like if he's not working with music, he's watching something about music on YouTube. He
Hmm.
does a little bit like of like he goes into the YouTube history channels and he watches history, but he also watches like producers and different things like,
Yeah.
and I feel like that helps him be inspired. Like how what continues you to remain inspired and continue to do this as a job.
Oh man. I just really, really enjoy the freedom that you have on stage. Um, I've played lots of, hundreds, maybe thousands of solo shows at this point. Um, no, probably not thousands. It's in the hundreds, high
It's in the
hundreds.
hundreds, high hundreds for sure.
Yeah.
A decade, we've been doing this for a
Yeah.
long time.
Maybe it's close to 1,000. I don't know. But
That's a
yeah,
lot of hours. That's a lot of
yeah.
work, right? So
Totally getting off track here. What was what were we talking about?
no, I was saying, how do you stay inspired?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. How do I stay inspired? Um, I'm always looking for some new music, honestly. I listen to a lot of different stuff. And if I connect with that music, I'm like, oh man, I want to try to play that.
Mm.
Um, because I love the feeling of just nailing a song that you love and that someone else out there loves too. That's the way I stay inspired anyway. Um, Yeah, and that connection that you have with that person that that really loves that song, and you're performing it like extremely well, and they're 100% into it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the inspiration.
that's good advice too for those that play in cover bands and tribute acts
Yeah,
to really nail it, so the person that's listening to it, maybe they can transport them to the first time they heard that song, or to invoke a feeling that they get when they listen to that song on their headphones.
yeah,
Because you've seen it in the headphones and you've seen it live, is those are two different things. But if you can somehow provide that same feeling, or a feeling that is close enough to that, I feel like you've done a good job.
yeah, for sure.
All right,
Yeah,
man, dude, I appreciate you talking to me,
yeah, man,
because
of course.
we talk all the fucking time.
I know it's
Um,
wild.
but this is good. Like, you're one of the very few people in town that I, friendship aside, I look up to, and
Thanks,
uh,
man.
you inspire me to. You really, I mean, obviously there's other people too, but you're definitely one of the people that's just like, man, like, I know that if I start this, I'm going to have the support of my friends and the support of people that I know do this already. And if I need
Yeah,
help, I can always reach out. And you're definitely one of those people, man.
thanks, man.
And you have a lot of knowledge, and you've done this for a long time. Um,
Yeah, well, you're the better guitar player, buddy. You're way better than me. I've
Thanks.
learned a lot of things from you too. So
Thank you,
it's
man.
very mutual.
Thank you. Well, my goal is to, you know, people that might be watching might not know, but my goal is to really build a reputation, like you have built a reputation for yourself, not only as a solo musician, but as a musician in general. So,
Thank you.
thanks
Yeah,
for doing this. You're a really good resource for people that are coming up and trying to learn how to do this. And hopefully,
hope so.
if somebody's watching this, they learned something.
Yeah, man. Dude, thank you so much for having me. I
For
love you, brother.
sure. Appreciate you, man.